Hello eye tracking community, my name is Michael, and in this video we will talk about how to create an ideal scan path. An ideal scan path represents the optimal trajectory of how the attention is moving over the stimulus. And in this video we will create manually single fixations describing this scan path. And the idea is to take this ideal scan path and to compare it with real scan paths from participants from an eye tracking experiment to find out if an hypothesis is right or wrong. On the screen we can see two tools which I will use for creating this ideal scan path. On the right we can see a photo editing software, and on the bottom left here we can see the coordinates of our cursor. On the left side we can see a spreadsheet application where I will enter then the fixation coordinates. But at first we have to define the time axis. So I'm entering here time. In this example we will use 10 Hertz for the recording frequency. So this means that I enter here 100, 200, 300 milliseconds, and then I can select here these numbers and extend this area, and then we have here the milliseconds, so let's say roughly about 4.5 seconds. In the next column we will define the fixation coordinates, so fixation X and fixation Y. So since in this example the recording frequency is 10 Hertz, we have a time resolution of 100 milliseconds here for the single fixations. Let's go now through the experiment. So let's define now the ideal scan path. Let's say we start here somewhere on the bottom left. We can look here at the coordinates. So let's go to, for example, 150 and 900. Could be a good starting point. So fixation X is 150 and fixation Y is 900. I will double that, so this fixation will take 200 milliseconds. And then I go a bit here more on the right side, so let's say to 300. But we will stay on the Y position of 900. Then let's go to 450 and 900. So 450, 450, and then let's continue to, let's say 600, 600, 600, and we will stay at the Y position of 9. So this is very ideal, but it's a Christmas tree. The next fixation is now a bit here in this area. So let's say at the Y position of 700. And we will go now to 525, and it will be again, it will be now a single line, so only 100 milliseconds fixation. And then we go here to the middle, so let's say to 375 to 700, and then the last one here is at 225 and 700. So I think you got the idea. So I will fill out now the rest of the fixations. So finally we get a file like this. So we have now 18 data lines and we have here the coordinates. So the next step is now to export this fixation data here and then to import both the fixation data and the stimulus, so the Christmas tree, into Blickshift Analytics. And this goes like this. I save this spreadsheet here in a CSV format. So I call this eye tracking data. I say save. I say, yeah, I will use the CSV format. So I use the standard settings. And then I go to Blickshift Analytics. And here I choose import data. Import from single files. We have the eye tracking data here. I say open, and then you can see this error message. And this means that the file is still be used by another software, so by the spreadsheet software. So I say, okay, I go to the spreadsheet software, I close the spreadsheet software, and then I import again. And then everything works. And you can see this message both in, for example, LibreOffice. You can see it also in Microsoft Excel. So if you can see this message because you have exported a file and you want to import that into Blickshift Analytics, go to the other software, close the file, and then go to Blickshift again and import the file. So I choose here next and next. And then as I say, select media files, I select the Christmas tree. We have here the Christmas tree. I say next. And now all the data has been imported. So for the visualization of our Christmas tree experiment, I go here to the data source. I make a right click. I say visualizations, scan path. And here we can nicely see the ideal scan path over our Christmas tree. This is now blue circles in front of a green Christmas tree. If I want to change now the color here of the scan path, I can do this here on the right side. So we have here the styles and the pens. I can choose here a different color. So let's say green. And I can also change the thickness. And I can also change the color of the fixation circles. Let's make them also green. And if I want to have them a bit larger, I can change here the reference radius. And then I have this wonderful Christmas tree. This is the last video of this year. So thank you all for watching our tutorials. May this season be full of light and laughter for you and your families. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. And I'm looking forward to see you next year.